Kapapapuhi Point Park, located in the leeward side of Oahu, right by West Loch. This is where our journey begins. This is Kapapapuhi Point Park, is home to the Honouliuli stream and 3 known fish ponds. These fish ponds were how the native Hawaiians share food by having strategic advanced systems to filter fish into the ponds from the streams. They were able to create ecosystems which provided food for everyone. This is called the Ahupua'a, which was the land system created by the native Hawaiians for community sustainability, where they shared resources and land, making sure everyone did their part and everyone received equal food from each region in their Ahupua'a. But then these traditions were forced to be forgotten. We struggle with inequality as humans and even natural biodiversity. We lack a stable food source, creating disasters impacting with our food sustainability. We struggle with history. Many around the islands learn the one-sided story of history and the truth. The ponds are now being rediscovered traditions that should be practiced. Somehow it may. But that doesn't mean that there aren't problems and individuals in the way of stopping this. Invasive species are one of the many problems in the way. Mangroves are one of the most notable problems in wetlands. The mangroves disrupt the native species, specifically plants, in the soil where the mangroves drop too much nutrients that causes less oxygen in the water, which causes less biodiversity and negatively affects native species. People and corruption are also problems. For example, HOH, a federal organization dedicated to conserving and stewarding the land here, received full layoffs due to the federal funding freeze. Now, there is a bright side that they became a non-profit organization, but they lost federal funding, and we as a nation aren't thinking about the climate change as a major important issue.
How bad could I possibly be? Let's see. All the customers are buying, and the money's multiplying, and the PR people are lying, and the lawyers are denying. Who cares if a few trees are dying? This is all so gratifying. How bad? How bad can this possibly be?
So what now? Well, let's begin our adventure. Home to multiple native species, including the elusive endangered alaula, which is an endemic species struggling with a grim possibility of extinction. Only around 300 are left. There is hope for the species, though. The alaula population has been growing at the different protected wetlands around Oahu and Kauai. Kapapapuhi Point Park is one of these. This location is also where HTA, a public charter school, stewards a plot within their CBL career-based learning environmental stewards.
There are several reasons that have inspired me to want to protect the environment. The first would be growing up, having the opportunity to be outside in nature, hiking, swimming, spending time at the beach, really fostered my love for the environment. And going off of that as well, picking up plastic off of coastlines, starting from a young age, really started to help me become aware of some of the environmental issues that we have. And then another thing would be learning in school, whether that be about climate change, pollution, overconsumption, all of these things, learning more and more about them, whether that be in classes or from the media or watching different natural disasters happening. All of these different things made me realize that what I wanted to do was help to protect the environment. There are many reasons why I love my job. One for sure would be having the opportunity to teach students about issues that I'm particularly passionate about and believe are super important. The second thing would be having the opportunity to give back to the Aina, whether that's here at Kapapapuhi Point Park, being able to volunteer, pulling out mangroves every week and outplanting is really meaningful. And of course, getting the opportunity to work with students and see them learn and grow and see what they become passionate about over the course of the year. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to take my next big step in my career. I'm about to start as curriculum coordinator at an environmental education nonprofit. And so as I'm gearing up for this role and thinking ahead, I know that I want to be in the nonprofit sector and have a role in environmental education, whether that is educating students, helping build curriculum, and also helping to mentor educators so that they can also help to provide great environmental education and INA-based learning for students across the island. We only have one INA, so what I always try to say to students or adults who are saying, okay, what do I do? How can I help? The first would be, look at your daily life, right? We're not all perfect, we're human beings, but it's about taking small steps and doing our best, whether that's looking at trying to reduce the amount of waste you use or trying to reuse things, are actionable steps that you can build on. After doing one, you can try to implement more. That would be one thing. Another thing would be definitely trying to give back to the INA, whether that's, finding a local nonprofit that you would like to volunteer at for a monthly work day or something like that to try to give back. And then another thing I would also say is engage in conversation, whether that's with your peers, your families, your teachers, about some of the issues that you in particular are passionate about, because they may not know a lot about them, and it might be an opportunity for you both to engage in conversation, and who knows what meaningful things might come out of it.
This class started the plot looking like this and began to remove invasive species and propagate native species. Why is this important, and why is removing invasive species important? The invasive species act similar to a weed, expanding at rapid speeds while killing species around it, mainly species that are weak to deal with these rapid growing plants, which tend to be endemic, native, non-native, and canoe plants the most. What are endemic, native, non-native, and canoe plants? Endemic means that they are species found only at a set location, and for our situation it means that they're only found in Hawaii. Native means found here as well as found in other places naturally. Non-native means that they are not from here, but that doesn't mean that they have a negative effect on the environment that invasive species have. Canoe plants are species of plant brought by the Polynesians when migrating here. Finally, invasive species are a type of species not found here and negatively affect the species environment here. Time for Friday field studies. One specific field study I remember the most was when we traveled to Palakea Ridge with DLNR, a Department of Land and Natural Resources, and hiked in a forest mainly covered in native species. We received access to a location that many won't ever go, but witnessed the amount of native species everywhere was beyond words.
They say we are what we are, but we don't have to be. I'm bad behavior, but I do it in the best way. I'll be the watcher of the eternal flame. I'll be the guard dog of all your fever dreams. I am the sin in the
So, recognizing the problem, there's obviously a problem, but how do we fix this? Together we can create a future we want our upcoming generations to live and thrive in. So, what is this? Well, first, is it possible? Is it possible to fix the damage we have done? Invasive species corruption, bombing, making the native Hawaiians forget their history, culture, and language? Is it possible to fix this? The answer is no. We can't. We never will. But that doesn't mean we can't make our current situation better, improve, and maybe we can create a world better than before, where biodiversity exists, a place where we really understand what's at stake here. We have the power to change the world. It's up to us to decide what we do with the power, whether we abuse this power to benefit ourselves, or we take our power as a responsibility with the power to change the world to be better, not just ourselves, but the generations to come. The species, the planet, everyone who has been, everyone who is, everyone who will be. Remember this, and it's true. You have a power, a great one that can change the world, and it's up to you to decide what you can do with this power. It's your choice and it's your responsibility. What will you decide? So you finished watching the video. What are your thoughts? What do you hope to accomplish with your life? What do you want to change? Because we're not as alone as it may seem. Remember that you should never give up on your passion, because one day you might use this as your power, the power to change your life and the world.